Hey guys, the dude from Denmark here. Welcome to episode 3 of Khans of Tarkir, the new expansion that's about to come out from the Gathering. More spoilers have been revealed today, including the last clan leader for the Temur, which we haven't seen yet, so let's check it out. So Dragonclaw is the leader for the Temur clan, and is the green, blue and red leader, and costs you 5 mana to cast, and it's a 6/6 human warrior creature. He got Flash, and so Dragonclaw can't be countered. Creature spells you control can be countered. Other creatures you control have trample. This is hands down actually the best leader of the 5 clans in Khans of Tarkir. I think he's really scary, and it's actually really good that I thought he would be a leader which were all about making 4/4 tokens or whatever, so you could get the ferocity mechanic. This is so much better, and I guess it was really worth the rating. Of the ferocious mechanic, we have a green sorcery card that's called Sabbaths Punch and costs you 2 mana to cast. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. The mechanic is that creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn before it fights if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. This I think everyone has been waiting for this art, because it's so fun that we have a card with the art where a guy is punching a bear. It's always really fun. I think this card is actually really scary, since you get to, of course, fight another creature you don't control, but it also gets another +2/+2 if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. So it's definitely a really good card to have either way. Another card that's all about bears is Bear's Companion, and it's a green, blue and red human warrior creature that costs you 5 mana to cast, and it's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, put a 4/4 green bear creature token onto the battlefield. This again, of course, makes sure that the Temur mechanic will work, and you get out. So something special will happen with cards that got this mechanic. I really love the art for it too. I think it's really beautiful, and this makes me want to have a bear. I think it's a really good card. Especially also that you have a 2/2 and a 4/4 for 5 mana. That's 6/6 in total, which is really good, I think. The last Ascendancy cycle is from the Jeskai clan, which this enchantment is of course called the Jeskai Ascendancy, and it's the blue and red and white. It's an enchantment that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap those creatures. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This is actually a really crazy ascendancy they have, I think, because you of course with the prowess mechanic get to cast non-creature spells in order for the mechanic to work. With this, you get even more +1/+1 counters, and you get to untap those creatures, which it's really good, I think. You also get to draw cards, which is a huge advantage. So I definitely think in total this is just a really good Ascendancy card from the side. And Quiet Contemplation is 2 cards that are doing the same in a different way, but can actually be used for the prowess mechanic, since they both let you whenever you cast a non-creature spell. For instance, Goblin Slide, if you pay 1 colorless mana, you put a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield, where the blue one tap a target creature an opponent control, and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. They both cost you 3 mana to cast. I think this is actually, as I said before, really good with prowess, since it's all about if you cast non-creature spells. So, but of course they can be used for anything else. But I actually think they are really good, especially the blue one where you tap target creature and it doesn't untap, which is of course not until next untap step, but you do it for 1 mana only when you cast a non-creature spell, which can be kind of scary, I think. So I definitely think both is really good. Bloodsoaked Cayman is a human warrior creature that costs you 1 black mana to cast. It's a 2/1 and it can't block. You got the red mechanic where you can pay one colorless and 1 black mana to let it return from your graveyard to the battlefield, but you can only activate this if you attack with a creature this turn. This is really awesome, because we now have a low-costed creature that we can use the raid mechanic with whenever we want, instead of so far the raid mechanic have only been when you attack with something, and then the creature couldn't be used anymore unless you turn it back to your hand and cast it again and whatever. But this is so good, and we have a again low-costed creature which is really aggressive. So this is really awesome to have. Butcher of the Horde is a red, white, and black demon creature that costs you 4 mana to cast, and it's a 5/4 with flying. You can sacrifice another creature to let Butcher of the Horde gain of your choice Vigilance, Lifelink, or Haste on end of turn. This is I really love how aggressive Mardu is for this with this card and the clan in general. I think it's a bit weird with the sacrificing outlet though, since Khans of Tarkir haven't been much about if you sacrifice something you get to do something special, but it doesn't really matter, I think, since this will really help with the raid mechanic, that you just sacrifice tokens or whatever, and then you just keep attacking with this guy. They can, for instance, give him a lifelink or whatever. For 4 mana, it's really crazy that you get a 5/4 with flying in general, so I definitely think it's really good. Keru Lidslord is a zombie wizard creature that costs you 6 mana and is a black, green, and blue 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 3 mana. If you do, return a creature card at random from the graveyard to the battlefield. It gains flying, trample, and haste. Exile a card at the beginning of your next end step. If you would leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting it anywhere else. I don't really like how this card doesn't help you with the delve mechanic at all. It actually does the totally opposite, because it takes a creature from your graveyard and put it onto the battlefield, and then you can attack with it, and then you get to exile it. So it actually removes your graveyard if you want to build a delve with this card. So I don't think it's that good with delve. Otherwise, I think it's an okay card. That I mean, it's always good to get creatures out from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's just a random, of course, but it's still good, I think. But it costs you 6 mana to cast, which is quite much, I think, and is way too late game. So I think it's an okay card in general. Speaking of delve, Hooting Mandroids is a green ape creature that costs you 6 mana to cast, and is a 4/4 and got the delve mechanic, and also got the trample. I actually think this is quite good if you can manage to find cards, which there of course are, to get it out really late. I think you can do it for around in turn 3 or whatever if you have the right cards. So you could get this a 4/4 trample out in turn 3. With, for instance, with the mulch card or whatever cards that quickly give you cards in your graveyard. So I think it's nice to see another delve card that's not only black. But I'm still looking forward to see if we get the delve card that can do a bit more than this. Cards I want to show you today is just the banners we are going to get in Khans of Tarkir, where we, for instance, we have a Timur banner that's an artifact and costs you 3 mana, and lets you tap it to add 1 green, 1 blue, or 1 red mana to your mana pool, and you can use those type of colors for 3 mana to sacrifice it and draw a card. We have one for each of the clans, so actually we are going to have a lot of mana in this mana fixing in this set. But of course, it's a really good to have since we have a 3-colored set. So I think it's nice with these banners to have. You can leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think of the cards we have seen so far in Khans of Tarkir in general. Whenever there are new spoilers coming out for Khans of Tarkir, I'll be making a new video. So if you're interested in this, you can subscribe to me. Until next time, have fun, guys.